So the Knicks were able to pull out the win last night in a very stressful manner, 149 to 148 in overtime. Uh, the most combined points for any two teams this NBA season. The Knicks should have won this game in regulation. At one point, the Knicks were up by 18, and then with 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the Knicks were up by six, and the game should have ended right there. But Atlanta hit a three. Karl Anthony Towns threw the ball away on the inbound. Thibodeau should have called a timeout. The Knicks had two timeouts at that point, but he didn't. So the ball got stolen on the inbound from Dyson Daniels. He immediately gets fouled, goes to the line, hits his first free throw, misses the second one, but the Hawks grab their own offensive rebound. The ball goes out to Trae Young. Josh Hart inexplicably fouled Trae. Trae makes both free throws, and the game goes to overtime because Jalen Brunson, even though the Knicks had 2.9 seconds left on the clock, Jalen got a decent look for three to win the game, but it was just off. And then in overtime, the Knicks actually led up the lead for the first time all night. And honestly, I thought it was over at that point. But Jalen Brunson late in the game, late game heroics, hit the game winning shot. It was a mid range pull up over Dyson Daniels, who had honestly been giving him some decent trouble throughout the night, making his looks tough for him. But he always comes through when it's necessary, when he needs to the most. But I want to highlight certain guys. Last night, Precious Achua had his season high for us, 26 points, along with 8 rebounds, a block, and two steals. I mean, sorry, 2 blocks and a steal. 12 for 16 from the field, like how Josh Hart was the other night against Indiana. Just really efficient basketball. A lot of just easy looks at the basket, but he also had some creative baskets. He had a couple of like post ups where he just kind of floated it up there, really creating for himself when the shot clock was running late. So some good stuff from him. But more importantly, Karl Anthony Towns with two back-to-back 40-point performances. Uh, 44 last night. He hit 7 threes, which was really good to see because prior to tonight, he had really been struggling with the three ball due to his thumb injury, which messed up his shot. But it was good to see him looking comfortable out there, uh, just willing to shoot when he would catch it, or sometimes he would be, facing up on the perimeter and he would shoot it, and it would just look good and it would just go straight in. And Brunson, honestly, 36 points on the night. Uh, just incredible. A big bounce back from how bad he was against the Pacers the other night, where he only had a single digits amount of points. But that's very Brunson like. When he has a bad game, he usually just comes out and bounces back in a big way the night after. And then Josh Hart, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, a block and a steal, and 18 points for him. He just did a little bit of everything like he always does. It was great to see. And then our bench production was not great. Landry Shamet only had 4 points, which was all right, but we could have used more from him. Deuce McBride only played 8 minutes. He left the game early with a rib contusion. In his 8 minutes, he only took a shot. And then Cameron Payne off the bench gave us 10 points. 0 for 3 from 3, but 4 for 5 on the free throw line. 4 assists from him. He was aggressive. That's why he got to the line. Decent from him. Could have used some three balls, but it's all right. And yeah, really only three guys came off the bench throughout the entire game because Ariel Hookporty only got 2 minutes. I guess Dibbs doesn't really trust him as a rookie center. But yeah, either way, the Knicks were able to pull it out. I didn't mention Mikal Bridges. 5 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from three, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks for him. So contributed well. Only 11 points, but he didn't really need to score as much considering three of the other starters had 20 or more, and Josh Hart nearly had 20 himself. A lot of these guys played really heavy minutes, but that's kind of a Thibodeau thing. But I mean, luckily we're going into the All Star break, so it's not the biggest deal. And on the Hawks side of thing, Trae Young did have 38 and 19 assists, but he was very inefficient. Early on in the game, he was like 2 for 11. He started hitting more shots, finished the game 11 for 29. Got to the free throw line a lot, 12 for 14 from the line, 4 for 11 from three. He hit some deep threes late in the game, late in the fourth quarter, and I believe he hit a few in overtime. It just wasn't enough. Dyson Daniels was really good for them though. Offensively, defensively, he's always good, but he was 2 for 3 from three, which was surprising because he's not a good 3-point shooter. But he was very efficient, 10 for 15, and he had 4 steals. He had 2 steals on Brunson. Well, he had one steal on Brunson where Brunson was trying to go behind the back, and then he had another one, almost had another one, sorry, where Brunson was doing the same behind the back move. Luckily, Brunson was able to jump on the ball. The Knicks were able to call a timeout there, but he was just great on the defensive end. Off the bench for them, George Niang, who I didn't mention, in overtime, in the very last possession of the game, had a wide open look from the right side for three to win the game, and it was off. But he was hitting those threes all night, so it was really scary to see him get that wide open look. And then Karis LeVert for them was really good. I honestly think he should have played more minutes. He had 20 points, 7 assists, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks for Karis LeVert is very surprising. He's not a guy who's another shot blocker. He was very efficient, 8 for 13. Uh, Honestly, I think they should have played him more. I'm not sure why they didn't. But yeah, overall, a lot of the guys on the Hawks had great performances. I didn't mention Onyeka Okongwu, who was 9 for 10. Didn't just dunks, layups at the rim. Didn't really miss anything. The only shot he missed was a 3 pointer that he took, which I don't particularly remember. And he had 14 rebounds. He had 3 blocks himself, two steals for him, and 5 assists. So yeah, the Knicks got really fortunate here because a lot of these guys normally don't score this much. But yeah, pulling out the win, honestly, should have won in regulation, like I said, but pulling out the win just at the end of the day is what really matters. Now these guys can go into the All Star break and rest. Hopefully, after the All Star break, OG Anunoby will be back, Mitchell Robinson will be back. So, the Knicks have a lot to look forward to. First game back is against Chicago. So it won't be a huge test, but it'll be nice, hopefully, to see those guys out there for the first time together this season. To see the team completely healthy, it'll be good just to get a grasp and an idea of what they will look like. So yeah, go win for the Knicks. Not really a good win, but a win is a win. You'd rather take a ugly win than a pretty loss. So yeah, this is honestly as good as they can do considering that they almost blew it. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back after the break. Or probably make some videos during the break covering the All Star game, maybe the 3-point contest. But yeah, all right, thank you.